let's just dive right into this explainer, okay? And right off the bat, we're gonna shatter the illusion of your digital safety. You click, you scroll. You probably assume you're totally alone behind your screen, but you aren't. What we're actually looking at here is a literal masterclass in dark psychology, and it's playing out every single day on the very web browsers we trust the most. $2.9 billion. Let that sink in for a second. That is the staggering amount of money lost every single year to elderly cyber scams alone. And that's straight from the data provided by the Orange County District Attorney's Office. So no, this isn't just some random technical glitch we're talking about. This is a massive, highly organized industry of extortion.
So it really begs the question, are you actually in control of your browser? Well, in this explainer, we're going to completely expose the silent predators lurking in your web traffic. And more importantly, I'm going to hand you a concrete step-by-step blueprint to basically eradicate them from your digital life.
Section 1, the silent browser threat. Look, to defeat this enemy, you absolutely have to understand exactly how they attack. See, they completely bypass your computer's logic. Instead, they specifically target your human fear responses using some incredibly crafted dark psychology.
Picture this for a second. You're just casually reading an article online, and then suddenly, sirens blare. Literally out of nowhere, this looping, high-pitched siren, or maybe this creepy robotic voice, just starts blasting from your computer speakers. Instantly, your heart rate spikes.
And then the screen locks. A malicious script completely forces your browser into full-screen mode. Your address bar vanishes. Your mouse? It feels totally trapped. You try frantically to click away, but absolutely nothing works. In the middle of this engineered panic, all logic just vanishes. Your critical thinking completely shuts down. You're instantly thrust into this primal fight-or-flight mode, and honestly, that is exactly where the scammer wants you. They've perfectly manufactured a crisis, and now they're going to aggressively push you toward making a truly devastating mistake. Okay, Section 2, anatomy of a scam. Now, scammers rely heavily on clinical, familiar imagery to really legitimize this whole trap.
They'll use these genuinely terrifying fake Zeus virus or Mac virus pop-ups, and they plaster your whole screen with trusted logos, Microsoft, Apple. The text on the screen desperately demands that you call their toll-free number immediately. It'll say things like, do not shut down, do not reset, just call. And guess what? This exact same extortion playbook is fully adapted for your smartphone too. They'll hit you with fake system crashes, maybe telling you that your SIM card is going to be permanently corrupted in 5 minutes. It is literally a countdown to total psychological surrender, completely designed to extort your hard-earned money. Moving on to Section 3, the extortion playbook. Let's just take a step back for a second and look at the devastating real-world statistics of exactly who these psychological traps are systematically destroying. The data paints a genuinely terrifying picture. Older demographics are being targeted with almost surgical precision. Get this, seniors age 70 to 79 are suffering catastrophic financial losses, averaging over $45,000 per single scam. It's heartbreaking. These scammers mercilessly exploit their trust, their life savings, and frankly, their unfamiliarity with these highly deceptive digital tactics. But fear isn't their only weapon. Sometimes the threat is completely silent. Enter what we call the update trick. So you download this highly rated ad blocker. It works perfectly, right? Thousands of 5-star reviews. But then the original developer sells it, or they secretly push out a malicious update. Literally overnight, that trusted tool silently starts tracking your data, injecting hidden ads, or even scraping your passwords. And the scariest part, you never even hear a siren. Section 4, the defense framework. Listen, the absolute crucial point here is this. We have to shift from falling victim to their dark psychology and start implementing a cold, methodical defense. No more panic, just pure action. Your very first line of defense is simply recognizing the threat for what it is. Think about it. Real Windows Defender alerts are super calm, they happen right there inside your operating system, and they literally never demand that you call a phone number. On the flip side, fake pop-ups are frantic. They're entirely browser-based, and they always want you to get on the phone. Now, if you do get trapped by one of these screaming locked screens, whatever you do, do not click the fake X on the page. It's a total trap. Instead, you're going to use these exact keyboard shortcuts to break the browser lock. First, press F11 or Escape to exit full screen. Next, press Alt plus F4 to force close the window. And hey, if that fails, just hit Control plus Shift plus Escape to pull up your task manager and kill the browser entirely. Boom, threat neutralized. Once you're free from that, you need to execute a ruthless audit of your browser extensions. I mean it, ruthless. Go ahead and type chrome://extensions right into your address bar. Look really closely at every single tile in there. If you don't recognize it, if you definitely didn't install it, or honestly, if you just don't use it anymore, remove it immediately. And while you're doing this audit, make sure you click Details on the extensions you actually decide to keep. Really look at the permissions they're asking for, because if some simple little calculator or wallpaper extension is demanding the right to read and change all your data on all websites, well, it's not a calculator, it's a spy. It can literally see your passwords, it can watch your credit card numbers as you type them out. If you see that permission on a basic tool, remove it instantly, no second thoughts. All right, Section 5, reclaiming your digital mind. Let's move into our final phase here. You've successfully stopped the immediate threat. Now we build out your long-term digital armor. Look, if the absolute worst happens and you accidentally click a bad link or you actually end up dialing that number, emotional reinforcement is key here. Take a breath. Do not panic. Just take these specific actions. First, disconnect your computer from the internet immediately to completely sever their access. Then, grab a different safe device and change your essential passwords. After that, run a deep offline antivirus scan before Windows even fully loads. And finally, make sure you report the scam to the authorities. The reality is, you'll hold the power right now. By actually understanding their dark psychology, you completely strip away their leverage over you. But you've got to remain vigilant. Because sure, your browser might be totally clean today, but what seemingly innocent extension is going to quietly auto-update tomorrow? The digital threat landscape literally never stops evolving, and neither should your defense. So keep your guard up.